Hello, everyone. A very logical day to all of you. And here we are with the first editorial of the Indian Express, July 15, 2023. Nitish's job means there is nothing new here. And Nitish's job means according to the author, उन्हें अब क्या काम करना है? That is a simple heading. So the death of BJP leader Vijay Kumar Singh has cast a pall over the protests in Patna sparked by the Nitish Kumar government's policy of teacher recruitment. So here comes a new topic nowadays. Education is a topic here, but then we get teacher recruitment. अब एक और चीज आ गई कई दिनों से इस पे पढ़ा नहीं है. So a new topic now. Let us see further. Also, we'll be getting more articles based on this. So even as they unfolded in a fraught political context, the protests have drawn attention to the larger and long simmering issue of inadequate job creation in the state. Now, see, a policy of teacher recruitment it was, but then it led to inadequate job creation in the state. Right? This is a major issue and it is a long simmering issue. Simmering का मतलब होता है धीरे 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 उसको boiling point तक लेके आना, but it is not exactly the boiling point. होता है simmer होता है जैसे हम sim कर लेते हैं गैस को. So they picked up after the Nitish cabinet's decision to roll back its December 2020 announcement that it made domicile a mandatory requirement for appointments of teachers. So this becomes a reason of why and how did it pick up, right? This issue came into focus after the decision to roll back its December announcement that it made domicile being from the state was important, a mandatory requirement for appointments of teachers. That is domicile. देखो that is करके author ने खुद ही explanation दे दिया. Domicile provisions have been scrapped in order to widen the pool of candidates, attract better and specialized teachers. तो ये रहा रीजन उसका एक्सप्लेनेशन किस चीज का कि ये जो इशू है देखो टीचर रिक्रूटमेंट एक इशू था एक पॉलिसी थी नीतीश कुमार गवर्नमेंट की राइट एक पॉलिटिकल कंटेक्स्ट के साथ इसका पता चला ये इशू जो था दैट वाज एन इनएडिक्वेट जॉब क्रिएशन इन द स्टेट and so what they had put up was an announcement in 2020 that made domicile a mandatory requirement for the appointment of teachers. And then he explains that domicile provisions have been scrapped up now. Right? They have been scrapped का मतलब उसे हटा दिया है. उसे हटा दिया क्यों? Now they want good teachers there. So a pool of candidates attract better and specialized teachers. Of course, the reason may also have been political. The new policy is in line, it could be said, with Nitish Kumar's vaulting ambitions and his pursuit of a national profile in the run-up to 2024. Vaulting ambitions यानी ऐसे गोल गोल घूम रहे ambitions. Vault actually वो होता है डांस के हिसाब से. तो उसके ambitions क्या हो रहे हैं? घूम रहे हैं मतलब काफी बढ़ते जा रहे हैं. And he is pursuing he wants to become a national leader in that manner. So whatever the reason, however, and despite the atrocities, it appears to have stoked among job seekers in Bihar. The government's relaxation of domicile policy is welcome in a country with growing rates of internal migration, with people of Bihar going out in large numbers to study and work in other states. It is also an acknowledgement of the need for the state in turn to show a large heart and keep its doors open. So if there are people going out of the state in search of jobs, there are other people who would want to come and do some job there. So he has scrapped that domicile part. Unsurprisingly, the BJP, as the main opposition party, has avidly fished in troubled waters. Avidly means like profusely. Is an avid reader होता है तो मतलब बहुत ज्यादा पढ़ने वाला तो ये यहाँ पे meaning आ जाएगा उसका. Fished in troubled waters. A call for the resignation of Deputy Chief Minister Tejashwi Yadav after the new charge sheet filed by the CBI against him in the alleged Land for Jobs scam was added to the protesters list where it sat somewhat awkwardly next to the demand for regularization of teachers appointed through Panchayati Raj institutions and urban local bodies. Now see, a call for the resignation tha ye. ये उसका रीजन दे रहे हैं. It was added to the protesters list. Up to this call for resignation was added to the protesters list, where it sat somewhat awkwardly. तो ये देखो, a call for the resignation and in the protesters list it sat somewhat awkwardly. So ये एक personification जैसा हो जाता है ना, बैठना एक लिस्ट में कोई नाम बैठ थोड़ी जाता है ना, इंसान बैठता है, तो in that way it sat somewhat awkwardly. So next to the demand for regularization of teachers appointed through Panchayati Raj institutions and urban local bodies. BJP till recently part of the ruling alliance with Nitish JDU and which has ambitions to win the state on its own has arguably been on the lookout for a reason to mobilize and agitate. Now for the Nitish government though, the problem runs deeper than an aggressive opposition. तो अभी तक तो वो साथ में थे, लेकिन वो रीजन तो ढूंढ ही रहे हैं, तो अब वो एग्रेसिवली काम करेंगे. So for this, Nitish government is like facing a problem. So the fact is that even though Bihar ranks among the states with the highest growth rates, according to the Economic Survey 21-22, it posted a growth rate of this much percent. Its unemployment rate at 6.5% was higher than an all India figure of 4.4%. And the youth unemployment rate was even more steep at 20.1% as compared to 12.4% nationally. So this is all the data that is given. The data would be included in the reasoning part. Now, those figures tell a story of why the recruitment of government teachers repeatedly becomes a site for scandal in economies that do not offer abundant or adequate job opportunities to the young. It all too often becomes the center of irregularities and scams, as in Bihar now or West Bengal earlier. राइट. तो स्कैंडल हो जाता है ऐसी इकोनॉमीज में क्योंकि उनके पास जॉब्स ज्यादा नहीं होती है. नाउ व्हेन द डिमांड फॉर द जॉब इज हाई बट द सप्लाई ऑफ द जॉब्स इज लो, then definitely there would be irregularities and scams. And in the previous paragraph or the previous part of the paragraph, what we saw was the job for land for jobs wala jo scam tha. Now the onus is on the Nitish government to manage the rising aspirations and expectations in the state. Having presided over Bihar's turnaround from the days when law and order was its most pressing problem means a very urgent problem or that problem that requires an urgent treatment or it should be addressed very quickly. तो वो एक pressing say pressure word आ जाता है, pressing problem, dwarfing all others. तो हमें dwarf का meaning नहीं आता है. Suppose, right, but then this law and order was its most pressing problem. तो सब urgent, एकदम urgent problem है क्योंकि यहाँ पे most भी use कर लिया. तो if it is a most urgent problem, then the rest of the problem will be below it. So dwarf actually मतलब dwarf का meaning होता है बौना, ठीक है, छोटा. तो इतनी ज्यादा इतनी इंपॉर्टेंट प्रॉब्लम है कि बाकी सारी प्रॉब्लम्स उससे कम हो गई, राइट. सो इट इज लाइक reducing the importance maybe, or it did not require immediate attention, वो हो सकता है. तो बाकी सारी छोटी हो गई, तो small. All others, the challenge for Nitish is to take the next step, widen his policy and political repertoire. He has little time to lose. So widen his policy and political repertoire means repertoire is all that you can do in that particular field. तो वो हो जाएगा. तो नीतीश को क्या करना है, उसको पॉलिसी वाइडन करनी है, अपना बैग फुल ऑफ थिंग्स दैट ही कैन डू, उसका रेpertoire उसे भी इंक्रीज करना है, ठीक है. So he has little time to lose. Now we have understood this use of word. So little means not much. So he doesn't have much time to lose. मतलब उसको फटाफट ये काम करना पड़ेगा. So protests over the teacher recruitment point to gap between rising expectations and political economy that can't keep pace. तो that can't keep pace उसने इसलिए बोल दिया है क्योंकि उसने कहा था that the economy is such that it doesn't have much number of jobs कितने हैं, and the people are there. So the unemployment rate, the data that he had given was somewhere around 20 or so, and the rest of the country had 12.4 or something like that. तो उसने दे दिया था. तो ये गैप हो जाती है कि एक्सपेक्टेशन क्या है और एक्चुअल में प्रॉब्लम्स कहाँ और कितनी है उन दोनों के बीच में. So not many words again. So avidly is like consistently or profusely you can say. So he's an avid reader. तो profusely कर सकते हो, he reads a lot. Stoke is to add fuel और स्टोक का मतलब होता है हवा देना. तो एक प्रॉब्लम है, चिंगारी है लेकिन उसको हवा देके उसको आग की लपटें बना देना, उसको कहते हैं टू स्टोक द फियर. द सो एड फ्यूल टू inflame whatever it is. Then fraught is like full of, ये भी हो सकता है, और it is like suffering from, ये भी हो सकता है. So domicile you all can understand. Vault is to move in circles. ये एक्चुअली होता है उसका मीनिंग मूव इन सर्कल्स. अब यहाँ पे वॉल्टिंग एम्बिशंस था, ठीक है, तो वो ऐसा गोल गोल घूम के ऊपर बढ़ते जाना, तो इंक्रीज हो जाएगा. ड्वार्फिंग इज रिड्यूसिंग और मेकिंग इट सीम स्मॉल. ठीक है, तो जो एक बड़ी प्रॉब्लम आ जाती है तो बाकी की प्रॉब्लम्स छोटी लगती हैं. तो दिस पर्टिकुलर प्रॉब्लम ए हैज ड्वार्फ्ड ऑल द प्रॉब्लम रेस्ट ऑफ द प्रॉब्लम्स. सिमरिंग इज लाइक स्लाइट हीटिंग. ठीक है, तो आप इसको सिम से समझ सकते हो. सिम जो मोबाइल में डलती है वो नहीं, सिम जब हम डिम करते हैं, इसको सिम या डिम कर दें. ये ना, व्हेन वी यूज अ गैस स्टोव वी वुड पुट इट ऑन डिम और कीप इट ऑन डिम, तो दैट इज सिमरिंग. सिमरिंग इज लाइक नेक्स्ट टू बॉइलिंग. ठीक है, अब इसको मैं अगर कंटेक्चुअली यूज करूं, ठीक है, आई वाज सिमरिंग विथ से एंगर, हो सकता है एकदम वो आउटरेजेस नहीं है, एंगर निकलता नहीं है, लेकिन फिर भी अंदर ही अंदर थोड़ा 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 करके ऐसा होता है. द मोमेंट कम्स एंड देन यू जस्ट लाइक देयर इज एन आउटबर्स्ट, राइट? इन दैट वे ना, आल्सो दैट वुड बी कॉल्ड सिमरिंग. रेpertoire is so a bag full of the works, ऐसा लिख लेते हैं. The bag full of things that you can do. ये बैग टेंजिबल वाला बैग नहीं है. ठीक है, दिस इज ओनली व्हाट आई एम गिविंग यू, समझने के लिए कि आपके दिमाग से या आपके दिमाग में जितनी चीजें आप कर सकते हो वो आपका रेpertoire हो जाएगा. ठीक है, इन अ पर्टिकुलर सिचुएशन ऑल दैट कैन बी डन इज अ रेpertoire. So cast a pall over means it is great, causing great disturbance. So you are disturbed by things. And fished in troubled waters. In troubled waters means problems. ठीक है, तो ट्रबल्ड वाटर्स है, उन प्रॉब्लम्स में अगर आप फिशिंग कर रहे हो तो मतलब यू आर फेसिंग, यू आर देयर इन द सेंटर ऑफ ऑल दीज प्रॉब्लम्स, राइट? सो यू आर फेसिंग द प्रॉब्लम्स, राइट? सो नॉट वेरी डिफिकल्ट वर्ड्स टू अंडरस्टैंड. तो जो जो नहीं आते हैं उसको समझ लो और लिख लो. So 2 weeks. Today is the 15th one, and I'm giving 15th day, that date, that is, right. So this is the 25th one, transcendental. अब आपके पास 25 टॉपिक्स हो जाने चाहिए. अब देख लो आपने क्या पढ़ा है क्या नहीं पढ़ा है. So complete it. Right, 25 topics in 15 days will be more than enough, I suppose. So that's all for today, and thank you, and logical day ahead, and see you tomorrow. That's all.